All right, so Radiesse, so especially the injection that we are going to use today is the one that comes in 1.5 mLs. And we're going to pre-mix it with a little bit of lidocaine with epinephrine. It has been shown that lidocaine does take off the edge. I mean, a recent study has been performed and it has been shown that it does take off the edge and it takes a little bit off the pain that the patient is going to be feeling. So the first prick is going to be slightly uncomfortable, but then subsequent ones, they're going to be completely painless. And the way to mix it is going to be as follows. I've already removed a little bit of the lidocaine with epinephrine. And this is 0.5. We're going to be using a little bit less than that. We're going to be using about 0.15 to 0.2. And then we're going to be connecting it to this female-to-female connector. And one syringe is going to go from this area over here, and it's going to connect to the other side over here. And then we're going to be pre-mixing it. So the first things first is that I'm going to try to remove a little bit of the lidocaine out because we have 0.5, and I just need a little bit of 0.2. And then I remove the needle, and then I am going to connect this. This is the lidocaine now, so it's connected to the female-to-female connector, and then this is the Radiesse. This is the material itself. So we're going to be connecting it right over here, and then we're going to go back and forth. If you look at this, now they're connected. They're very, very well connected, and we're going to go back and forth. You have to go very, very slowly. You don't want to break down the product itself, so you have to go very, very slowly back and forth, back and forth. What you're doing here is that you're mixing the product itself with the lidocaine so that you develop this homogeneous material that contains both the product and the lidocaine. A recent study has shown that you need to do it about 15 times before the homogeneity actually kind of conforms completely. So you keep on doing this very, very, very slowly. You don't want to do it very, very fast. Okay, just because you do not want to break down the molecular structure of the product itself. I personally like doing it in even numbers because that's how, I don't want to say that's how I'm trained, but that's basically how I'm used to it. So even though it comes with a 1.5 cc syringe, I kind of fill it back up to 1.2, then I can actually know, I can easily divide it. So if we put in 0.2, into a 1.5, and we are going to be using 0.2 right over here, then there's going to be about 0.5 of the material on the syringe over here. And this you can actually use later on. So what we're going to do is that we're going to be removing the product. I will keep this on the side because I'm going to be using it a little bit later on. And I'm going to be using this new needle. Now the new needle this is actually a pretty neat needle. The nice thing about it is that it's a needle that is a 28 gauge from the outside, however it's a 27 gauge from the inside. The beauty of it is that it's got a much easy flow to, and so the product will come out seamlessly without having any problems. But at the same time, because it has a 28 gauge on the outside, it's much less painful. So the patient is hardly going to be feeling anything. As you can see, it's a very, very thin needle. Radiesse is a very thick substance, so you can't do anything less, when I say less, I mean more gauge than a 28 gauge. So this is like the perfect needle. You don't want to go, for example, to 29 or 30. The product is simply not going to be coming out. So that's what we're going to be doing right now.